US vegan snacks, let's go. I recently was in Orlando, Florida, and as a vegan, I was super keen to pick up some US snacks. So today I have a selection of specifically vegan or accidentally vegan snacks from the US, and I'm gonna do a taste test to see what comes out on top. So if you're a vegan and you're gonna be visiting the US, you can see what these things are, what they taste like, and which ones you should be picking up during your trip. I am super excited because none of these I've had before. Now, some of them, like Oreos, of course I've had Oreos before, but not the specific flavours. So everything is going to be brand new to me. So let's dive in and do a snack battle with US vegan snacks. So I have a selection of biscuits, chocolates and sweets, and crisps. Although if we were in the US, it would be cookies, candies, and chips, which I love that. Alliteration, that's brilliant. So I'm going to split them up into separate categories, but then we will do an overall battle to see which ones win. So first up, I have two different types of Oreos. We have some tiramisu flavoured thins and some Java chip regular Oreos. Now, looking at it, I've realised they're both basically coffee flavoured, so they might be quite similar to each other, but let's see the difference. I love coffee, love Oreos. I feel like these are going to be amazing. It'll be interesting to see how much filling you get in thins, because in the UK, normal Oreos have definitely got thinner. So if we're getting an Oreo now, it always has to be double stuffed, because to me, double stuffed is now the old Oreo. So let's see what they're like in the US. I think we're going to start with the tiramisu first, because that's what I was most excited to try. Ooh. Okay, so they are very, very, very thin. Oh, but it smells great. It smells great though. It smells quite strongly, but it smells like a candle. If you had an Oreo candle, this is what it smells like. But let's try it. Where it's thin, honestly, it's mostly biscuit. You can't really taste the filling. There is a slight filling taste. I would not say it's tiramisu. It is slightly creamy. It doesn't taste like a normal Oreo filling, but I would never ever say that's tiramisu flavour. It tastes creamy and almost like a hint of cinnamon. So like I say, it kind of tastes like a candle. So it's not great. It's more, I would say that's more cinnamon flavoured than tiramisu, but let's see what Java chip is like. Maybe this will be very coffee. Okay, already the difference in the filling is amazing. That is already much, much more stuffed, and more stuffed than UK Oreos, which is a good sign. This also, as soon as you open the packet, smells a lot more like coffee. So let's try this. That's amazing. This is exactly what you would want from a coffee flavoured Oreo. The filling really has a nice smooth coffee flavour, and then the chocolatey biscuit, like the best combination. Like, this wins hands down. These aren't very good at all. Hardly no flavour, and it tastes like a candle. These, absolutely delicious. Like, the Java chip for the win. So next up I have some more cookies. I have got some pumpkin spice Oreos and some Vienna fingers. I think these are going to be really interesting. The Vienna fingers I think look really interesting, because we do have Vienna fingers in the UK. They do look different. They're more like a buttery biscuit, and the filling tends to be chocolate. But before I was vegan, I used to love those biscuits, and obviously haven't had them since. So if this is kind of similar, I think that'll be very good. And I do love that now it is October. Everything's pumpkin spice. You can get like shower gel, everything. It becomes your entire personality. So I was like gonna have to get some of the Oreos to see what they're like. I feel like it's you either love it or hate it. I don't mind it. It's fine. I could go without it. But let's see if the Oreo is worthwhile, and if the Vienna fingers are similar to what I remember. Ooh. So the pumpkin spice Oreos don't have a strong scent. They do smell kind of creamy, and obviously it's the white biscuit rather than the chocolatey dark biscuit. But let's try this. Okay, first few chews, no flavour, just the biscuit. And I was like, oh no, is this going to be another disappointing Oreo? Turns out, amazing. The taste of the pumpkin spice comes after a few seconds and it tastes exactly like pumpkin spice. Like, this is really, really good. If you like pumpkin spice, you would love this. And even if you're on the fence, this is a very good cookie. So, absolutely enjoying this. This is very good. Let's try the Keebler Vienna fingers next. To me, these look like they're gonna have a vanilla kind of cream filling. Oh. The packet's quite hard to open. Okay. So I've done it. Done it. They look great. They've survived the journey. Some of the Oreos didn't survive the journey very well back from the US, but these have. Love that it lets you know it's a Vienna finger on the biscuit itself. Yep, does smell kind of vanilla-y. Very different to what I would call a Vienna finger in the UK. But let's try and see. It's interesting because it's kind of like a custard cream. It's nothing what I would think a Vienna finger is like, but it is similar to a custard cream. And a custard cream is a top tier UK biscuit. So this is actually really, really nice. None of it is like a really, really strong flavour, but it just has that nice subtle biscuit flavour and then a little bit of creaminess. So I think this is good. If you are in the US and you've never had a custard cream, they are quite similar to this. So I'm glad to know that there are custard creams in the US, just disguised as Vienna fingers. But I would say, out of the pumpkin spice and the Vienna finger, the pumpkin spice has to win, just because it has more flavour to it. So now I'm going to taste test the Java chip and the pumpkin spice Oreo to see which is the winner. I feel like I already know in my heart which one's the winner, but we'll go again to check. So good. This is like the best Oreo flavour I've ever had, which is probably going to give away what the result's going to be. God, that is so delicious. If you like coffee in any capacity, this is going to be like your dream biscuit. It's unreal. It's so good. But, you know, we'll give the PSL its dues. It is interesting because, again, the first few bites, just biscuit, not really any flavour. Then the pumpkin spice comes through. And I would say if you love pumpkin spice, you will absolutely love this, but Java chip has got to win. Like, it's absolutely amazing. Now, you might be wondering, because I did say I have crisps, and it's like, well, why wouldn't you start with savoury? However, most of the crisps I've got are spicy, and I was like, in case any of them are really spicy and they knock out the taste buds, do the sweet first. So next I think we're going to actually move on to proper sweets. So I've got 3 different sweets. I have got some Twizzler cherry nibs, some Swedish fish and some Sour Patch Kids. Now, full disclosure, I have had Sour Patch Kids in the UK, but only the watermelon ones. Only the watermelon ones are labelled as vegan in the UK. So I've never had proper Sour Patch Kids. They look super fun. The fact that they actually look like little kids, I think that's hysterical. I'm assuming maybe they're different flavours. It's like a mixture of flavours. I love sour sweets. However, I find most sweets that say they're sour, for me, aren't actually sour. So let's see if Sour Patch Kids are. I love the watermelon ones, but again, I don't feel they're very sour. Oh my God. Okay, they smell amazing. I love that there's lots of little ones. Okay, I've never seen them like this before, because obviously the ones I have are normally like, they're definitely not this shape. I love that they're all different colours. That is hysterical. Let's try some and see if they're different flavours. The flavour is really good. I can't tell you what the flavour is, but blue tastes great. However, I would not say sour, but you do get your mouth watering, but I'm like, is it just because that's juicy? But tastes so good. Let's try a different flavour just to see if there are different flavours or if it's just a generic Sour Patch flavour. Oh my God, the different flavours. That's like lime. That's so good. That's a little bit sour, but I think what's good is if you aren't a sour fan, you'd be able to eat these and enjoy them. I'd like them to be a little more sour, but these are great. The problem is, now I want to try all of the flavours. I'm assuming this is going to be lemon. These are great. Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to put them down. But full disclosure, I'm not a big fan of like sweets. I like chocolate, but sweets and gummy sweets I'm not a fan of. However, Sour Patch Kids are one of the only sweets that I really, really actually enjoy. And these are great. It's also jam-packed. There is so much sweets in here. It's unreal. So loving these. These are great. So I think next I'm going to get the Twizzlers, the cherry flavour. Cherry is one of my all-time favourite flavours. So let's see what these are like. Let's see if I can open them. Now, of course, normally Twizzlers are the traditional long kind of sticks. But I thought, oh, maybe I'll go for these. Because I'm not a massive licorice fan. But, oh, they smell like Play-Doh, which is interesting. But let's, let's see what they taste like. That's an interesting texture. I'm thinking the long ones might be better because maybe they'll have the texture that I was assuming they'd have. These are a little harder than what I would expect, kind of like a licorice gummy thing to have. Very artificial tasting. These aren't great. I'm not a fan. The thing is, they don't have a lot of taste. They have like an initial taste that's very synthetic. And then it's just like eating dried Play-Doh. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of these. Maybe I should have gone for the long ones. Let me know if you've had it, if the non-nib Twizzlers are much better, because this isn't the one. Or maybe different flavours. Should I have got a different flavour? But that's not good. That is not good. But in this test, we've got a three-way test. I've also got some Swedish fish. I have never ever had Swedish fish in my life. I've seen them, of course. Oh, I love that it says enlarged on there, just so you're not thinking they're going to be that big. Oh, interesting. It says soft and chewy candy because, I don't know why, but to me, they look like they'd be a hard candy that you would suck. So it's interesting that they are like a gummy sweet. I also love that they have these like cinema packets. Like, so this one would be perfect to take to the cinema. Something that is interesting is obviously in the US, everything's much bigger. So even like in a packet of sweets, you get significantly more than you would here. So it's really interesting to kind of see the difference. Yeah, it says the Sour Patch Kids 226 grams, whereas I think we would have like 100, maybe 120. So you definitely get a lot more bang for your buck. But oh, do you know what? They're much bigger than I was expecting as well. I know it says on the box it's not that size, but it's not far off. Kind of the similar size. They really do look like fish. It says Swedish on it. Love it. Like literally on brand. I don't know if we can see close up, but absolutely love that. I'm assuming it's going to be strawberry flavour and not some sort of horrible fish contraption. It couldn't have been vegan, accidentally vegan if it was fish, would it? Let's try. Wow, that's really chewy. This is the sort of thing you could choke to death on if you didn't swallow it properly. It takes a while for the flavour to come through, but when it does come through, it is kind of like berries. There's not loads and loads of flavour. They are a very chewy, soft sweet, so accurate description. Love that they don't give you a flavour on there, which I think is kind of fun. I think if you like gummy sweets, it's good. To me, this is why I don't really enjoy gummy sweets, just because it's very chewy and there's not much flavour. So, well, I think we all know the winner. Clearly the Sour Patch Kids. These are delicious. They have so much flavour. Like, oh, I'm going to try a green one and see what that is. Absolutely obsessed with them. These are absolutely brilliant. Love Sour Patch Kids. In the US, interestingly, a lot of the flavours happen to be vegan accidentally, which is great. So now I know when I go back I can buy lots of different Sour Patch Kids, but this was definitely the one. Oh, that's apple, I think. These are so good. That was very interesting as well, because as I say, I'm not super keen on gummy sweets, and it's made me realise the type that I like and the ones that I don't like. And those Sour Patch Kids are next level incredible. So let's move now on to the chocolate section, because this is going to be very good. And to be fair, it's mostly the same thing, but in different variations. So first up, we have 3 different types of peanut butter cups. So pre-vegan days, peanut butter cups were my jam. Reese's peanut butter cups, I was obsessed with. They were my favourite chocolate. So I was very excited when they brought out their own version. However, I've not heard great reviews. People seem to poo-poo it, it's not great. So I did buy some other brands. Everyone said Justin's, it's amazing. And Unreal is a brand that I saw a lot, and they do stuff like kind of like faux M&Ms. They do a lot of different sweets. So I feel like they would be a brand I would buy a lot if I was living in America. So let's try these though. Maybe I wouldn't. We should try them first, but I'm very excited because this is right up my alley. Okay, so I feel like we need to go for the Reese's first, because this is the one, you know, if this is a dupe and it's exactly the same as an actual Reese's, I'm going to burst. Oh, it smells good. And yeah, it's the classic, it's the OG, it's the original. So let's see. Oh, I do love that they're tiny, tiny, tiny ones. It's like, I love that. But I suppose it's the equivalent of if you bought a big packet like this of the mini buttercups. However, I would say this is significantly lighter than when you buy buttercups normally. Love that they're not individually wrapped. They're individually wrapped like this, but not in the foil. So bon appetit. Oh, it smells nostalgic. Oh my god, this smells exactly like I remember it tasting. Oh my god. People are lying. They're amazing. Oh my god. Do you know what I really like? Reese's have like a distinct, the peanut butter has a really distinct texture, and these have that. Like, I think this is really good. I don't know why people are poo-pooing this. I think that tastes amazing. I think it tastes really similar to a regular Reese's. It does taste slightly different, but obviously you're using oat milk, so you probably will have a little bit of difference. But I was expecting them to be rancid, or like, oh, they just don't have much flavour. They are incredible. So next I'm going to try Justin's, because this is who everyone had recommended. Everyone was like, oh, forget the Reese's ones. These are the ones you need to get. And these are great because you get the like 2 in the packet. So like perfect snack size if you're out and about. However, if you're at home, I want a full bag. So this is going to be great to see what it's like as on its own. It looks like good quality chocolate, and it smells like good dark chocolate. Yeah, this is really, really good. The dark chocolate tastes like good quality dark chocolate. The peanut butter, again, tastes of good quality peanut butter. I would say I like the texture of the Reese's a bit more. This is more of like a smooth filling inside. But if you're looking for higher quality, this, you can taste the difference. So I think this is very, very good. Suddenly I'm getting a big rush because this is a lot of sugar in one setting. But next up we're going to try the Unreal, which I'm excited. These kind of feel very, very similar to the Reese's ones. I think they're going to be individually wrapped inside. So let's have a look. Yes, this is very similar. This is like a proper dupe. Love this. Oh, they're definitely bigger. Like the Reese's Buttercups are kind of like small and deep, whereas these are like wider and thinner. These look very cute. I like the packaging. The packaging is very cute. These would be, I would say these would be nice for trick-or-treaters, but let's be honest. If I've got something like this in my house, I'm not giving it to anyone else, am I? So don't be knocking on my door. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. I would say these, the primary taste you get is the dark chocolate, and the peanut butter is more like an aftertaste. It's not so much a blend of the two. It's definitely the chocolate is very forward. I love the way I'm saying this as if I know anything about food, but to me, that's the primary taste. It's very, very similar in texture to the Justin's one. Like the filling inside is very, very smooth. However, not much peanut butter coming through. So, Interesting. I would say, I mean, off of my initial thoughts, I think Reese's. I think I'm going to have another Reese's. Just to double check. But definitely the Unreal aren't going to win. Just because I would like a bit more of a forward flavour with the peanut butter. I don't know why I keep saying forward flavour. I've suddenly developed this thing. I don't know what that means. But I would like to taste more peanut butter is what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to try this and the Justin again and see. This is very nostalgic. They really do taste like Reese's peanut butter cups. Obsessed. I'm annoyed now that I've only got this amount. I thought, don't get too many because you're probably not going to like it. And now I love it. But I'm going to try this again just in case. This is a lot of sugar though. This is no one tells you if you do a taste test that it's hard. It's hard, guys. It's very enjoyable, but it's hard. There's a lot of sugar. I think this is hard to rank because Justin's is objectively better quality. So you can taste that the chocolate is much better quality, the peanut butter is much better quality, and it has a really good flavour. However, the Reese's has the nostalgia factor, and to me it tastes exactly like a Reese's peanut butter. So I think personally, I think I probably would, I want to say Reese's just because it hit. It was like being taken back in time. But I think objectively Justin's is better. Okay, well, I'm going to put Justin as the winner. Because I feel like I've just put my personal preference aside. And this is a superior butter cup. So we just have to accept that. But the Reese's one is incredible. So if you're umming and ahhing, just get both. Don't worry about stressing about which one to buy, get both of them. Okay, so for chocolate, we've got one more item, which is the Lindt balls, which I am so excited about. Like, Lindt is such great chocolate. And the fact that they do these balls, but non-dairy, is amazing. However, you can only get them in the US, which is interesting. So we cannot get these here. We can get chocolate bars that are Lindt, but made with oat milk. But these little amazing balls only in the US, and I'm so excited. Again, the packaging, everything is very reminiscent. I used to love these. I would always get them at Christmas. So let's see if these will be a good contender for a little Christmas treat this year. Okay, it smells like Lindt. That's amazing. I probably shouldn't have put the whole ball in. Oh my god, don't. That's amazing. It tastes just like Lindt balls. That's amazing. It's so smooth and it has that kind of thin shell of Lindt chocolate, which is crisp. You know when you bite into like a thin bit of chocolate and it has that nice like snap. It has that, and that is amazing. That's so good. And actually afterwards you can kind of get the oaty flavour, like the oat milk flavour. It's nice because it's kind of smooth, but they are amazing. So, oh, I've just seen on the packet they did dark milk ones as well. Dark chocolate ones. So, that's incredible. That is so good. We need to get this over here. What do we need to do to get this over here? But now the option is, who's better, Justin or Lindt? And that's hard because they're very different flavours. But I think for me, Justin has the edge because dark chocolate, peanut butter, what a combination. That's probably one of the best flavour combinations on earth. So Justin's got to win. There's so much tea. I'm starting to realise now I bought too many snacks back. I'm quite impressed that I got them all back and they've all survived. But it's a lot of snacks. But next we're going to head over to the crisp section. However, there are two things that technically aren't kind of crisps, but they're under like the nomenclature of a crisp. So I have these churro strips, and some peanut butter filled pretzels. I am very excited for these. Churro strips sound incredible, and also it says vegan on it. This is like great that this is an actual vegan brand. I'd heard loads about Quinn because they do lots of different products, and a lot of them happen to be accidentally vegan, or maybe not because it says it's dairy free, gluten free. Maybe they're intentionally. But again, peanut butter, gotta go good together with a pretzel, right? The saltiness of a pretzel, I think, could go really well. So let's try these and see which wins. I think I'm going to try the churro strips first, because I've just had some peanut butter. I'm like, let's have a different flavour. And they smell a little bit churro-y. Oh, these are great. These are like proper nice strips. Not super, you know, like sometimes things are really heavily like dressed. I don't know if you say chips are dressed, but these don't seem to be, so let's try them. Oh my god, that's great. I would say they're a little bit, I'd like a little bit more seasoning on them. But that is great. That tastes exactly like a churro with that like cinnamon sugary goodness. These are amazing. I'm surprised. We need to start upping our snack game in the UK, because this would go down so well. Like, what a great like hybrid between a crisp and a dessert. These are really good. That's amazing. I also saw that this brand, Siete, had loads of different products, all really interesting. And a lot of them seemed to be vegan. So I feel like next time in the US, I need to go and find this brand and buy everything. Because if these are anything to go by, amazing. Like I say, I'd like a little bit more cinnamon sugar on it. However, that is delicious. And it's got a really nice aftertaste as well. And I think because actually it's got a little less sugar, you could probably eat more. Whereas I feel like if it was a bit more sugary, it would be too much and you'd have to kind of quit it with it quite quickly. But that's amazing. That would be a great, well, I would say that would be a great cinema snack. However, I'm very against cinema snacks that make noises. So they're probably too crispy to actually eat in a cinema. But it does feel like something you could eat in a cinema and it would be an amazing snack. Now, they smell so peanut buttery. That's amazing. Love that it's a little nugget of a pretzel. I do love a pretzel, so this could be like the best combination. I don't know if I've ever had a filled pretzel. Oh, that's really good. That is really good. You get the salty crunchiness of the pretzel. And inside the peanut butter is so smooth, but it really tastes of peanut butter. I know that sounds silly, but you know some peanut butters taste more sugary. Whereas that's like a really nice peanut butter. Like, that's amazing. I actually think these two are going to be hard to choose between because they're both incredible, but they're both very different. This is definitely a heavier snack. Like, you could not eat many of these because it would be really filling. But the mixture of peanut butter and salt is incredible. But then these are really, really unique. Oh, this is too hard to pick. If I had to eat another one right now, I think I want to vote for these because they're unique and I've never had anything like it before. And the cinnamon sugar is next level, but I would like them a bit more dressed. So I think I might actually pick Quinn's. I think Quinn's might win because this is like an unreal snack. The savoury and the salt and then the sweetness, the mixture's amazing. So I think this is going to win. So the final round is crisps, aka chips. And all of these tend to be kind of spicy. Now, if they're actually spicy or not, that will depend. But let's go through and try these. I am very excited for this. I know I've just eaten about 55 different sweet things, but I actually prefer savoury things. So it's going to be really nice to end on this. I think I'm going to start with the ones that I think are going to be the least spicy, which is the spicy sweet chili Doritos. I was super surprised to see that there was a accidentally vegan Dorito in the US. Again, you get much more in your packets than you do in the UK, which is very interesting, just much more generous. But also, do love the colour of the packet. That's a weird thing to say, but ooh. These smell nice, but they do smell like they will be a bit spicy. Oh, that's great. That's really good. There is a little bit of sweetness, which is like underlying, and they're actually spicier than I was expecting. I was expecting it to be more like a sweet chilli, which is kind of more sweet than chilli, but these are definitely spicy. They've got a nice amount of spice, and it's like tip of your tongue spice. I do like that Doritos tend to have quite bold flavours, but I wasn't expecting it to be as spicy as it is. I would say it's not like gonna blow your head off, but that is a really nice level of spice. Like, I'm really, really impressed with these. So I am really blown away by the Dorito. That is really, really good. I am very impressed. And it's nice that you get the mixture of the sweet and the spicy. That's really nice. But next we're going to try out some jalapeno kettle chips. I do love kettle chips for the kind of very rustic feel of a chip. And they're like a bit thicker, like they feel like a really good quality chip. Oh, they don't really smell of anything in the packet. I don't really smell of anything, but let's see if they taste of jalapeno. Do you know what's Do you know what's funny? The crisp itself doesn't really taste of jalapeno. It tastes just of a kettle chip. However, once you finish eating it, you get like a wave of heat in your mouth, like you know, sometimes it makes you want to cough. That sort of heat. It's weird because the crisp doesn't taste of anything. Crisp doesn't taste of jalapeno, but then you get like the wave of jalapeno heat afterwards, which is very weird. I feel like these would be a good crisp to do a prank with, because you could just give them to someone and they'd be like, okay, this is just a normal kettle crisp, and then they'd be like, ooh. Because it's weird that it has the sensation of a jalapeno, but not the taste. So that's a very interesting crisp. Very interesting. Now, the final crisp is one that you hear about a lot. So I hear in the word Takis all the time, but never ever had them in the UK. The packaging makes it look like it's going to be very spicy. There's a lot of peppers. Oh, it says extreme. Oh no, on the side. It also has the colouring. You know, like frogs when they're dangerous and they're bright colours and they're like, just to let you know, if you mess with me, I'm going to mess you up. That's what Takis are giving me. So this could be quite interesting. I don't think all flavours of Takis are vegan, but I know that Fuego is. Oh wow, these are a spicy colouring. That lets you know that is spicy. And what I do appreciate is it is very heavily coated. You know, like I was saying with the churro strips, they weren't very coated. This is very coated. I'm going to do the whole thing and see. I might regret it because it does say extreme. I should probably also work out what Fuego means. I'm assuming it means spicy. Doesn't smell spicy, but let's taste it. I don't know what I was expecting, but it was not that. The actual crisp itself is like fried, and it's so delicious. It's such a good texture and flavour. And then it is quite spicy, but you do have that lime taste as well as the pepper. This is like super flavourful. It's amazing. I probably couldn't eat a whole packet because it is quite spicy, but it has so much flavour, and that texture I was not expecting, and it is delicious. Like, that's amazing. Okay, well, I don't need to try them again because I know out of the packets, these two are definitely the best. Like, kettle chip can go away, that wasn't very good. These two are definitely the best. They're very different. This has the sweetness and it is spicy, but like tip of your tongue tingle spice, whereas this is kind of back of your throat spice. But the texture, the Takis are the winner. This is amazing, like really good flavour. So now I want to work out the top the top dog. So I'm going to go through and compete. We're going to go to the semi-finals now to work out what's best. So first up is going to be the Java Chip Oreo versus Justin's Peanut Butter Cup. So let's see which one wins. Now, in my mind, I think I know who might be the winner. But we're going to try, because it was a little while since we've had these. Every time I bite that, that's unreal. This is the best Oreo flavour I've ever had. It's absolutely delicious. I think it's going to be hard to beat. But let's go back and have some more of Justin. Oh well, his buttercups. It's hard, you know, because that is like the perfect sweet. Like, if you're thinking I want a sweet treat at the end of the day, this is perfection, because it just feels a bit more luxury. Because you have the dark chocolate that's the good quality, the peanut butter, the blend is perfect. That's a hard pick. That is a hard pick. I shouldn't have done them in rounds, because I figure I'm not someone that's very decisive. Okay, I think I'm going to go for the Oreo, just because I've never had an Oreo that tastes this flavour. It's the perfect blend of chocolate and coffee, and that is just delicious. Every time I bite into it, I'm blown away. Okay, and then also in the semi-final are Quinn's peanut butter filled pretzels and the Tacky Fuego. Now, again, I think I probably know which one I'm going to pick, but we'll do a taste test again. I'm kind of regretting doing a taste test, because I just thought having a few bites of each thing, that'd be fine. It's a lot of things. I'm feeling very stuffed. Takes a while to chew, but every single time I'm impressed with it, because I always think, oh, it'll be a bit plain. It's pretzel, it's peanut butter. But the more you chew it, the more the flavours come through. And it's really, really good. That's such a nice snack. Really impressed. But let's go in for another tacky. Oh, I'm very impressed with these. They're very unlike anything I've ever had before. They're not like any other crisp I've had. So let's go again. This is so hard to pick because they're very different. One has everything. It's got the salty, it's got the savoury, it's got the sweet. And the other is packed full of so much flavours that are really, really strong. And it's a flavour explosion. Like, my mouth is salivating because there's just so much going on. So I think because of that, the Takis have got to win. Like, they are a delicious crisp. So much flavour. And like I said, the texture, unlike anything I've had before. Absolutely love them. Now, one thing I did forget in the semi-final was the gummy sweets. And the gummy sweet winner was the Sour Patch. Now I'm going to try another flavour. Just, you know, just to really test. Now, the winners in the semi-final were the Oreo and the Takis. These are definitely brilliant, but these are going to come in third place. Like, if you like sweets, like gummy sweets, these are amazing. And I don't even like gummy sweets, and I think these are great. They have so much flavour. They're so juicy. But I still think in the semi-final, these are going to be third place. So the battle is now between the top two. So now it comes down to, who is the ultimate vegan US snack winner? Is it the Java Chip Oreo? Is it the Tacky? I think it's almost impossible to choose because they could not be more dissimilar. But I think, oh no, I don't know what I think. I'm swayed towards going for the Oreo just because this is such a great snack. And if you're looking for like after dinner, perfect. This is going to be like a mixture of coffee and chocolate. What better concoction could you have after dinner? In the day, if you're wanting to pick me up, have a little bit of coffee and chocolate. Like, everything about it is amazing. And this is definitely the best flavour of Oreo I've ever had. So I think that Oreo has got to win, but you need to get these. These are incredible. If you're going to the US and you like spicy things, these are next level incredible, so you have to get them. I am so impressed at just how many. Let me try and squeeze them in, how many different snacks I was able to try during this taste test, because in the UK we have so many different vegan snacks. And in the US, I do think it seems to be a bit harder, like, to find snacks, but there's so many that are accidentally vegan that if you do a bit of research, there's actually a plethora of things. This is just a selection of things I could have bought. So I am blown away, and I hope it has given you a good idea of, if you're visiting the US, what snacks you would like to get. I have to say, I liked pretty much everything apart from these are terrible. Don't buy these, don't get them. However, I am blown away, and it's not just that these are okay as vegan snacks, these are all absolutely delicious. And the fact that a lot of them are accidentally vegan I think is great, because it means a lot of people are eating vegan snacks and not knowing it. Which is absolutely perfect. So I hope you've seen some of the range of snacks you can get if you are a vegan in the US. Let me know which ones you've tried before. Is there anything I missed out that I should get next time in the US? The problem is now there's going to be things here that I love, and once they've run out, I'm not going to be able to have them until I go back to the US. So this could be a problem. But do let me know if there's things I need to get during my next trip. Which of these would you like to try? Do let me know. And if you do love all things Orlando, do check out my other videos. My primary videos are all about how to visit Disney like a pro. Lots of videos packed full of tips and advice, and also vlogs of my own adult and solo trips to Disney parks around the world. So if you like that type of content, do check it out. But I also do loads of content about the vegan food in the Disney parks. So if you're going to be visiting Disneyland Paris, Disneyland, Disney World, go check that out so you know exactly what you can eat. But thank you for joining me during this delicious experiment. And until next time, I hope you have a most magical day. Bye bye.